Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm with Sway Me Vegas, and I'm here today to show you how to decorate a candy cane themed Christmas tree. I have this bundle available in my Etsy shop under Sway Me Vegas, and today I'm going to show you how to put all those items that are available in the tree kit bundle on this tree. I supply everything that you need in order to be able to decorate a 7.5-foot tree. I do all the shopping for you to make it easier for you, and then I show you a video on how to put all those items on the tree to make it easier for you as well. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle. I am the owner and designer for Sway Me Vegas. And today I'm going to show you how to create a Candyland Christmas tree based on the bundle that I have available in my Etsy shops. It is a specially curated box of Christmas goodies that none of your friends or family will have. And so you will have a designer tree with a designer look without the designer coming into your home, because I'm going to show you today how to be able to do that. So let's get started. I have some really great items that are going to be available for you in the box, and so I'm going to show you them, and then we're going to start putting them on the tree so that you can see what that looks like. So to start with, I have actually put the top of the tree on and the lighted items. So you'll get this topper, which is 2 candy canes, and then you're going to get these 3 candy cane infinity lights that you can put in the tree as well. They install really easily. They just have a hanger right on the top, and you can add it to a branch and then just kind of tuck it in. They're reversible, so you can do either side, if whatever side the tree is on. So I have them placed in a pattern of one over here, and then one towards the bottom. And I've already plugged those in. The cords, it's a plug-in, so the cords just can be taken into the tree, the trunk of the tree, and down the tree, and then you can plug them in the back. So you will need a extension cord and a multi-outlet cord in order to be able to put these on, because there's 4 lights, and then you have your Christmas tree lights as well, so you'll need to have plugs for 5 to be able to decorate with these products. Let's talk a little bit about what you need to decorate your tree. So this is a 7.5-foot balsam hill tree. It's already pre-lit. I've already fluffed it. First thing you want to do is fluff your tree when it comes out of the box. It's easier to fluff branch by branch, layer by layer, as opposed to putting all the tree up and then having to do it separately or trying to dig into there. So just build it up, do it 1 branch at a time or 1 section at a time, fluff it all out. Take your time to do it. It makes all the difference in the world in how the tree looks and how full it will look based on how you're fluffing it. And then I start with the tree topper. That's what I usually add onto the tree to start with. So I did put the tree topper on already, and I've secured it into place. I use the wire that's hanging at the top to secure it to the top of the tree, and then I use 2 chenille stems to tie it to the branches. Once we put all the other things on here, you're not going to be able to see those chenille stems anymore. Some of the products that you'll need, or some of these tools that you'll need that I use, obviously I use a tool belt because I decorate trees throughout the whole month of November and December, and so this is easier for me. But if you're at home and you're just decorating your own, you don't necessarily need to get a tool belt, but you will need a couple things. One of the things that I have is some wire cutters. I use these because I use zip ties when I'm putting things on the tree sometimes, especially when I'm putting toppers, and so you're going to be able to cut off the ends. I have scissors because we're going to put some ribbon on the tree, and so we're going to need to be able to cut that. Don't be afraid to cut your ribbon. I have chenille stems. You will get a box of these in your box as well. And these, I cut them in half, and I use these to tie to the top of the ornaments. I prefer to use these as opposed to the string that usually comes on the ornament, because I feel like, because you can place the ornament exactly where you want and it'll stay there when you use a chenille stem. If you're using a hook or you're using the wire, you have to cater to where that's gonna go. So I'm gonna show you, I'll show you when I do it, what it looks like when you hang with the string versus hanging with the chenille stem. And you can make that decision yourself when you're putting up your tree. And then, like I said, I usually use some zip ties, and these are just to be able to usually put the topper in place if I need to be able to secure it. I will not be securing anything necessarily to this tree, but if you have like small children or you have animals at home that might hit the tree and things might fall off, then you might want to secure some of those things onto the tree. Okay, so let's get started and let me show you some of the goodies that we have. Let's start with the ribbon first. So we have 2 rolls of each of these ribbons. The first one is this candy cane red and white striped ribbon. It's a 4-inch ribbon. And then I have these two. This is a 2.5-inch ribbon, and it is a red and white with kind of a glitter, and it has a Santa furry edge on it. And then I have these two ribbons, which are a 1-inch ribbon. This is a fair silk ribbon, and it is a Santa. It's a red velvet with the same fuzzy edge on the end of it. So that's what your ribbons that are going to come in the box. The next thing you have is some ornaments. Let me show you those. You're going to get these onion finials that are a red and white. You're going to get these 6-inch balls, which again are red and white. And then you're going to get the cutest little peppermints to put on the ends of your tree. We have florals that we're adding into the tree. These are 3 different types of poinsettias that are going to be in your tree. There's this white one with the red and white striped edges. There is this red one with white fluffy edges. And then there is this red and white one as well. So you'll get all 3 of these in your bundle. You're also going to get 4 of these cute little peppermints in the bundle. And now we have lots of picks. So to start off, and all of this is gonna go on the tree. So we have this red and white spiral. We have a lollipop. We have these 2 candy sticks. And we have these red and white balls. And then I have this little curly cue. And these are all wired, so you can adjust them as you'd like. I have this red and white stick. I have these red and white glittered balls. And again, these are all wired, so you can spread them out. And then I have these red and white curls. All of that is included in your kit, including a tree skirt, a red and white tree skirt that's also included. So again, everything for your tree except for the tree. And the lights. Everything else is included in the box for you to be able to have that designer tree. So let's get started. First thing we're gonna do is add the topper to the tree. So I'm gonna grab a few of the big pieces, which are these, and I'm gonna add them into the tree. Now you're gonna wanna be able to decorate the front and the back of the tree, because even though my back of my tree is against the wall, you can still see that there's decorations back there, so you don't want to leave it bare. You need to give the back side of the tree some loving. And you also don't want everything to weigh on the front, because your tree will start to tilt forward. So we want to balance the weight on the tree as well. So let's go ahead and put these in to start. And I am just going to tuck them right into the tree. And one more on this side. As you can see, I've already covered up those chenille stems that I talked about earlier, so you can't see them. Now, if it's giving you a hard time about staying into place, you can use one of your chenille stems and you can tie it to a branch so that it'll stay right there. Now I'm going to put some of these on the back side. And I'll just do opposite of what I have going on the front side. And now I'm going to pick a few of my other picks, because I love a large and in charge tree topper on my tree. So I am going to spread out these balls, because all the stems are wired, so that I can get the maximum wow factor. Same thing with this. The other thing is, if you're decorating the tree by yourself, just feel free to place that stuff right into the tree, because we can't hold everything. Safety first. And now I'm going to climb back up on that tree. I'll put these in the back first. Now, let's grab some more. Like I said, I love it large. I want that wow factor when I'm decorating my tree. stem of this pick coming right down. So I'm gonna move it a little bit and put it a little bit farther down, but when you start putting more things in there, you are not gonna see that anymore. You don't necessarily have to be symmetrical in everything that you do. Just because I put one on one side doesn't mean I have to put it on the other side. And I know the tree has a shape, nice shape going down, but that doesn't mean that you can't have things come off of the tree, like spray out. Again, it creates lots of dimension and texture and interest when you're looking at all of that. All right, loving the way that's coming out. Let me put one more of these on this side. All right, okay, so I have already done my tree topper and added everything that I want up there. And now I'm going to add some ribbon to the tree. That would be my next step. So starting with the tree topper, well, first technically, starting with opening the box, taking out your tree, fluffing your tree, and then starting with the tree topper and adding any lights. I like to have big items inside my Christmas trees because I feel like, again, those make a statement. And so that's what I'm doing with these lighted ornaments because they're larger pieces. And so I've added those into the tree. Now we put the tree topper on. Next, I'm going to add the ribbon into the tree, and then we'll add some more of the large pieces, like some of the larger picks. We'll add those little candy ornaments, the stuffed candy ornaments, into the tree. We'll add the poinsettias, then we'll add the larger ornaments, and then we'll add the smaller ornaments and the smaller picks. That's kind of the order that I do things in. Okay, so let's put some ribbon into the tree. Again, I have this candy cane ribbon here, and we're going to start. I just drop the ribbon to the floor and I start making a bow. So when I'm making a bow, I'm going to leave a tail and I'm going to pinch it, and I'm going to create a loop, just one loop. And then I'm going to twist the ribbon because you want the pretty side on the outside. And I'm going to come around and I'm going to make another loop. So now I have two loops. I want to make sure that they are the same size because you don't want one size bigger than the other. And now I have my first two loops for my bow. Now I can choose, I can make another loop on here, or I'm going to just give you several ideas on things that you can do with your ribbon for the tree. Whichever works better for you or what you're more comfortable with, but we're going to start with this one. So I have this bow. Now I'm going to use another ribbon. I'm going to take the 2.5 inch ribbon. I'm going to layer it right on top of this ribbon. Again, twist so that the pretty side is on the outside. Make my first loop. Now I'm going to make my second loop. And now I've actually decided I want to do 2 more loops of this particular ribbon. So again, twist it. Make sure the pretty side is on the outside. Twist it right there where your hand is. Again, bring it around, make another loop. All right, now I have 4 loops of that ribbon and 2 loops of the candy cane ribbon. And I'm going to use one of my chenille stems and put that right in the middle. And tie it. All right, so now I have this beautiful bow. That I'm going to place inside the tree. I'm going to tie it right here in the front using the chenille stem. All right, and then I'm just going to fluff it out on the tree. To make sure it's what I want. So, for the tails that you have, I like to cut a dovetail in it. Just a diagonal, or a fishtail, just like that. We'll clean the mess up later. Okay, and now I have all this ribbon hanging down. What do I want to do with it? Well, you could do a couple things. You can stop right there and do 2 fishtails on this side, and then the ribbon's done. Or you can take this ribbon and kind of tuck it into the tree. So you can tuck it into the tree like this. What you want to do is make sure that it has lots of, that it sticks out like this. Like you want to have this volume here. You don't want it to be tight into the tree. You want to create that loop here. So just like how I have picks that are coming out of the tree, you want the ribbon to kind of do the same thing. If your trees are wired, the branches are wired, you can use the wire to tie that ribbon into place instead of using a chenille stem. And now that ribbon is tied into place. And then if I want to do another loop, I can do the same thing. And I might take it like this. And again, you want to make sure that there is a lot, that it's not tight, that it has a nice curve. And again, tie it into the tree. I'm using the branches. And I'm going to spread that out. And now I'm going to cut my ribbon. Do not be afraid to cut your ribbon. It is okay. There's plenty of it. You might actually end up even having extra ribbon when you're done decorating your tree that you can use to decorate other parts of your house with, so the theme can go in more than one place. Like maybe you want to put it on a wreath, or maybe you're going to put it on your stairs, some garland that you have on your stairs instead. Okay, some other things that you can do for decorating your tree with ribbon is you could actually just cut pieces. So if you wanted to do, let's go, let's say like 16 inches. You could do a 16-inch piece and you could just tuck it into the tree, just like this. And you could place those all around the tree if you wanted to. Just to be able to give a little bit of texture into the tree. Putting that ribbon all over the place, making it look pretty. You're literally just placing it into the tree. You don't have to tie it down, but you're just putting it into the tree to create that dimension, create that sparkle. Isn't that beautiful? Other things that you could do. You can create smaller loops. So here's a loop. I'm going to create a loop. I'm going to have a tail on one side. I'm going to use my chenille stem and tie it. Maybe this one's easier because this doesn't require a lot of prior knowledge. Just one loop. And I'm going to cut the ribbon. Let's cut it down here. Let's fishtail it. Fishtail it on the other side. For those of you who clean that as you go along, good for you. If this is giving you OCD, because I am not, I'm dropping things to the floor, don't worry, I will definitely clean it when I'm all done. Okay, so I have a simple little bow here, or a simple little loop here, and I can just place this into the tree, just like this. Again, creating that overall theme. This was an easier bow, just kind of draping that piece down. It's a nice filler for space as well when you put it in the tree like that. Okay, we do have one other ribbon that I want to show you, and that is this 1-inch red velvet candy cane ribbon. And this one, if you wanted to do something like this. Simple bow. Again, pinch it in the middle and twist it. Pretty easy to do. Make sure your your loops are the same size. We're going to tie a chenille stem around the middle. All right, and we're going to add it into the tree. just like this. Tie it right to that branch. Here's my bow. Now you can do this, because this is a smaller ribbon and it curls really well. And so instead of fishtailing the ends, cut it straight across and curl. Just twist it. It's all wired, so it'll twist really nicely. Actually, I should have twisted that one the other way. There you go. Look how cute and whimsical that is. And you can place those around your tree, throughout the whole tree if you want to. But that's another way of being able to do the ribbon, to be able to use the ribbon in the tree. So I'm gonna make a couple more of those bows, and then we're gonna move on to the next step, which is putting our larger pieces into the tree. I want you to see how incredibly full this tree looks when we're all done with it, so that when you purchase this kit, it'll look the same for you. The other thing this ribbon will do really nicely, this 1-inch ribbon will do really nicely, is because it's really nicely wired, is if you just pull it like this and run your finger along, it'll create this nice loop as well, which actually looks really cute on the tree too. There's a nice wire, and so it'll create that look for you as well. Okay, ribbons on the tree. Obviously I can embellish it with a lot more ribbon, but I'm just gonna stop there and we're gonna move on to the next step, which would be our larger pieces. So I do have those, large plush candy canes that we're gonna put in the tree. And there are 4 of them available in your kit. These are them. So we're just gonna place them throughout the tree. Again, you could tie them into the tree if you want. I am just placing them into the tree. Now let's get some of our bigger picks and put them in the tree. All right, you have a few more of these left, so we're gonna put those into the tree. Just put them at an angle so that they're kind of coming out. We have a few more of the lollipops. Fun fact on these, you can actually place them into the tree this way, and if you wanted to sit something on here, you could. So like if I wanted to sit, I don't really have anything necessarily for this. Last year I did one of these and I put an elf on here. I actually set an elf on this, which was super cute. So that's an idea. You can set like an elf or a Santa on here. Like that would be really cute. Or you can just tilt them and have them come out that way. All right, now we have our lollipops in. We have a few other larger picks that I want to put into the tree. We have all of the rest of these to put into the tree. Again, really going for that wow factor. Love the way this stuff just comes out of the tree and creates that extra dimension. Again, all of these balls that we're gonna put on the tree. So again, you can separate them all and open them up so that they're creating that wow factor. This tree is gonna be so cute when it's all done, like just full of Christmas goodness. Peppermint love. Who doesn't love candy cane for Christmas, right? And nothing is cemented in place. So if you put something in the tree and you walk around and you take a step back and you're like, ooh, not where I want it, just move it. There's no right or wrong when you're decorating a tree. It's really a personal preference. I like my trees to be fun and festive, be different, and to have lots of different textures and lots of different like pieces in it, instead of just having, and there's nothing wrong with this, but instead of just having round ornaments, I like to have a lot of other movement in the tree, and so that's why I create these trees and why I create these boxes. A little background: when I was shopping for a Christmas tree, stuff for a Christmas tree a couple of years ago, I was trying to do a gnome theme for a Christmas tree, and I had to go to so many stores in order to be able to find the product. And that was super frustrating for me. We're gonna start on the poinsettias now. So let's start with these red and white ones. It was super frustrating for me that I couldn't find the things that I wanted, and I had to go to a lot of stores. And I live in Las Vegas, where there's a multitude of stores. Like, there's lots of places to go shopping, but it was still a frustrating experience. And so I thought to myself, wouldn't it be easier if somebody did the shopping for you? Like, actually just made a box that had everything you needed in it to decorate a tree, and you didn't have to do any of that. And all the time that you take to go and do these things, you get that time back to watch my video and to be able to decorate your own tree. But now you don't have to go anywhere. It's going to be delivered to your house in one big box. And at the end of the season, you can take all of those decorations and put it all back in the box for storage and use it again next year. All right, now we're going to put the other poinsettia on the tree. So I have this one. We're going to put this one in the tree. I think I'm going to put one up in here. The other thing about the ribbon as well is when you're done decorating your tree, if you see that there's spaces that need something, you can just add some ribbon in there. Add a bow. Fill in the empty spaces. Think it needs a little bit more? Put a little bit more. You can always supplement the box with some plain red or white ornaments that you can pick up at any craft store. But again, that's personal preference. You're going to have enough stuff in this box that you do not need to do that. All right, now we're going to put our last poinsettia on the tree. That is going to be this one. Are you seeing how full it's starting to look already? And we still have plenty of things to put on the tree. We are not done yet by any means. Now when you first get your box, what you should do is open it all up, take everything out of the plastic, take everything, all the tags off of it, and throw that away. Do that the very first thing that you do, because then it'll be easier. Open up your flowers, because they come closed. So then it'll be easier for you when you do start decorating it. You don't have to do all of those things every time to every single flower. Do the prep work first, so that when you start decorating, you can just have the fun of decorating and not having to open up boxes and packages and take off labels and all that other stuff. I've obviously left the labels on for this one because this is not staying in my house, and it's just for a demonstration, and so somebody's going to get this package and they're going to want all the labels that are still on there. Okay, so let's recap. I did the tree topper already. I then added some ribbon to the tree. I added all those embellishments up there. I added the larger picks on first and the larger embellishments like the candies. I then added the larger picks, and now I've added the florals into the tree. So now we're going to add the larger ornaments into the tree. And this is this ornament. These ornaments. These are a 6-inch red and white ball. So they do have a string already attached to them. I'm going to show you how to put it on using the string, and then I'm going to show you what I do with the chenille stem. So when you're putting an ornament on and you're using the string, you're going to take it on the end of the branch and you're going to wrap it around the branch like that. And then it's going to hang there. Now, if you use a chenille stem, you just put it right through this hole. I cut these off. Put it right through the hole, tie it once to make sure that it's secure, and then you can tie it anywhere on the tree that you want. So I'm going to put it up in here, tie it right to that stem, and it's right where I want it to go. We're going to put the rest of them on. The larger ornaments are good for filling spaces. If you see there's like a space in your tree where maybe the branches don't meet up, they're not quite close enough, even though you've done all that job of fluffing your tree. These larger ornaments can be tucked into the tree a little bit more and take up that space and hide that hole. They don't have to be put on the outside of the tree. You can, but they fill up nice spaces inside the tree as well. All right, we have a few more of these that we're going to put on the tree. Loving these infinity lights that I got this year for this tree. Last year we had some lanterns on there. This year we have the infinity lights. I think they both add their own individual touch to the tree, but I really love the way that they turned out. And again, this box is available in my Etsy shop, Sway Me Vegas. I have 10 of them in my box in my shop this year of this design. I also have a Sprinkles candy themed one, which is a pastel colored candy themed. It's pink and blue and green and white, and it's super cute. I have a Glitz and Glam theme, which is all silver and white and crystals, and love the Glitz and Glam. And then the last collection that I am doing this year is a peacock themed tree, and that one is not listed in my shop yet, but it will be soon. Well, actually, by the time you get this recording, it'll probably be in my shop. And that one has all of peacock hues, and it is beautiful. And I'll be doing a demonstration on how to put that one together as well. So these are all limited items. Once they're gone, I can't get any more of that stuff for this year, but if you're interested in a certain box for next year, please let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Okay, so I put the big ornaments in the tree. Now I'm gonna go, I actually have a couple, I think we're gonna put these. So these are the other ornament that I have. It's a candy cane, or a candy, it's a candy, it's peppermint candy. We're gonna add these to the tree. These can go more towards the edge of the tree or the branches, like this, because they hang nicely on the edge of the tree. And so you kind of want them to be on the ends. I just tuck those chenille stems down, just like that, on the edge of the tree. You're gonna get these in your box as well. And again, I like to use the chenille stem on them because it hangs better. It just really does. And I can control exactly where it's going to go and how it's going to hang. And so I really like using the chenille stem for that. Are you feeling inspired yet? Are you ready to decorate? Ready to take out all your Christmas decorations? Don't do it. Just order a box for me. So much easier. All done. You'll be done shopping one time. And like I said, this is the stuff that's available in the regular craft stores. And so it is a little more unique. And these are all really high quality items, which means they will last you for years if you take care of them. The box also comes with free shipping. All right, what are we thinking? How are we liking this so far? We have 2 more of these to put on the tree. Now, I'm going to put the rest of the picks that are on the tree because I have quite a few of those still left. First ones that we're going to do are these. So you can spread them apart because they are wired to be able to get that again. Maximum look, lots of height and width. I'm kind of tucking them underneath the flowers as well. All right, now we're gonna have some loops. Let's see. We're gonna have these. So this is the next one. Again, these are all wired, so you can separate them, put them in the tree however you want. Add it next to a flower. I think picks really make a difference when you're decorating a tree. Instead of just doing ornaments. And when I was shopping at the regular craft stores, I found flowers a lot, but I didn't find that many picks that really made a statement that I really liked. And so that was one of the things when I was shopping for these bundles that I was really trying to find picks that I thought were statement pieces that really added different textures and heights and to the tree. Let's step back and take a look. Oh my goodness, this is looking so fun and festive. I love it. All right, we have 2 more picks to put on the tree. This next one is our red and white balls. We're gonna add these. Again, they're all wired, so you can separate them and expand them if you want to. Add them throughout the tree. You can use the chenille stem to tie these to the tree, or you can use the branches to tie them onto the tree if you want to, so that they stay in place. I am simply just placing them into the tree for now. Again, loving how fun and festive this tree is. And like I said, there's no right or wrong when you're decorating your tree. This is really about personal preference. I do these videos because I want to inspire people and give them some ideas on things they can do when they are decorating their tree. Because let's face it, there's a lot of decorations out there. And sometimes it can be a little overwhelming to see all of that. And so I just want to break it down and make it simple. Okay, next thing is I have a couple pieces left. So I have these small little candy ornaments. I have these onion finials, and then I have one last pick to put on the tree. And that one looks like this. So I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna put the onion finials on first, then we're gonna add these, and then we're gonna finish with the little tiny peppermints. Again, I use the chenille stems for all of the onion finials, for all of my ornaments to tie them onto the tree. So now you're gonna place these towards the end of the branch and have them hang right at the bottom. But there is one other thing you can do with a ornament like this. So the other thing you could do is, say you're towards the bottom of the tree and you want to put this on there, but maybe you don't want it to dangle on the bottom because that's where your presents are going, and so you don't want it to just hang there. One of the other things that you could do, and I'll show you from up here, is you could tie it into the branch and leave it like this. So now it's at the top of the branch. This is the best, at the top of the branch instead of hanging underneath the branch. This works really well for these kinds of ornaments because they're flat here, so they rest really nicely on top of the branch. So you can do something like that in the tree as well when you're trying to change things up. It doesn't always have to dangle underneath. And just because I have a lollipop here does not mean that I cannot put a ornament right underneath it. See down here, I can just tie this right to the branch. Going around, adding these on. Like I said, I like my trees to be really full. If this seems too much for you, and maybe you have like a 9-foot tree, one of the things that you could do is you could still buy this box. It'll be less decorations on the tree, but if this is a lot, like if you feel like there's too many decorations on a 7.5-foot tree, then it'll definitely be less on a 9-foot tree. Or if you have a 9-foot tree and you love how full this is, but it's not enough for your 9-foot tree, I actually carry some of these products in my Etsy store, so you could buy more to be able to embellish the tree that you already have. Or maybe you're putting on garland. You have a garland that you're doing in your home, and you want it to coordinate with your Christmas tree. I have things in my Etsy shop that we can add into the, that you can buy that coordinate with this so that you can have garland that complements your Christmas tree. If you message me on Etsy, I can help you find those items to complement your tree. All right, we have quite a few more of these, but I'm not gonna put them all on the tree. I just want you to get the general idea of what this looks like in the front and ways that you can place these on the tree. All right, now we're gonna use those curl picks. They have little bells on the end, they're super cute. And again, you can spread them out. They're all wired. They actually have a clip as well, so that if you want to clip them into the tree, you can clip them into the tree, or you can just place them into the tree, just like this. Sometimes when you're working on the tree, you're putting all these things on, you're too close to it. So it's hard to see where you might need things, or what you might want to change. And so take a step back and look at the tree. Another really great thing that I do sometimes is, not sometimes, but I do, is I'll take a picture of it. Because even when I'm looking at it, I might not see if there's like a hole somewhere or there needs to be a decoration somewhere. And so when I take a picture of it, it's easier for me to spot those things. And so then I can fill that in. Okay, you have 24 of these little peppermints that you can put on the tree. Again, I'm not gonna put them all on the tree, but I want you to see. They have the string on them as well. It's cute little red satin string. So you can just hang them from the edge of the branch if you want to. Just kind of like this. Or you can tie them around the branch if you want to wrap them around. Or you can put a, actually, you cannot do a Chanel stem with these because they don't have a wire hook on them. They just, this is attached to it. So you can just hang a candy ornament. These are great for the end branches, the ones that stick out, because they're very lightweight as it bends the branch. cute that is. I'd probably wrap them. I just feel like they stay in place better than if they're just hanging. Again, you can put them on the very last, the branches that stick out, just wrap it around. Okay. Now, I'm gonna have a few more of these, but I'm going to move on to the end. We put all of the ribbon on the tree, and again, if you see empty spaces or you're thinking, I want some more ribbon here, like you could put more ribbon, you can add more ribbon because you have ribbon to be able to add into the tree. So you can take some of those smaller pieces, like these kinds of pieces that we just tucked into the tree, and if you wanted, if you saw that there's a space someplace and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna tuck this little ribbon in here, you don't have to tie a bow or anything, literally just tuck a piece of ribbon in there and it creates that, it looks really pretty and it takes up some space inside there. So you can use that. We're also going to put a tree skirt on the tree because that's one of the last things that is the last thing that I have available for you. So this whole kit, again, comes with everything except for the Christmas tree and the lights, the regular lights for the Christmas tree. But it comes with all the decorations that you see here, and it also comes with a tree skirt that's on the bottom. So the tree skirt that I picked out for this particular tree is a red tree skirt with peppermints that are beaded. So this is a white yarn, and then this is beads on the end of it around the whole edge of the tree for the front of it, and it just ties in the back. So let's put that on the tree so we can finish our tree and see what it looks like. Here is our 7.5 foot candy cane themed Christmas tree. What do you think? Isn't it so cute? There's a couple things I said you could do. Ideas. Let me actually grab an elf and I will show you what it looks like when you put them on the tree. This one is just a plain white elf, but you could use a plain white elf, you could use a red and white candy cane elf. And this one is bendable, so I can adjust his legs and I can set him right in the tree on that lollipop. How cute is that? Okay, thank you so much for joining me and for watching me decorate this tree. I hope that you learned a few tips and tricks and that you're intrigued and that you want to decorate your Christmas tree. Again, if you don't want to do any of the shopping, I've done it for you. It's available in my Etsy shop, this whole bundle right here. And this is a nice full tree. Again, it's a balsam hill tree, nice and full tree, and it fills all the decorations that are on it will fill up the tree really nicely. So it's just an idea. I want to be able to give you some options, especially if you don't know about craft stores around you, or you just don't want to do the shopping. Let me do it for you. So it's available in my Etsy shop at Sway Me Vegas. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.